Greetings, beautiful beings of light. Janie King here on my water blessing walk. I'm here on the White River in Pomfret, or near Pomfret, Vermont, which is where I've been coming lately for inspiration for a beautiful group, bereavement group, beautiful hearts connecting and helping each other see life without someone that they love. I'm on the journey of still, for the past year, 2 years, who knows how long it's been, probably my whole life, searching for who I am and why I'm here. I mean, I've said this in other videos. The process deepens and changes and goes here and goes there. Ultimately, I'm finding it comes down to one thing, in this moment anyway, and that one thing is forgiveness. Forgiveness. And I've been working on forgiveness, I think, all my life with all kinds of stuff and relationships and animals and just negative thoughts that I've had about myself that I can't get over. Self-betrayal, self-hatred, you know. The tape that goes on in our minds is beats us up worse than anyone else can even come near beating ourselves up. And so the culmination of being with these beautiful people here in Vermont on Tuesday mornings and coming back from my 5 months on the road and coming home to my homeland for the last 6 months getting ready to go back on the road in another month or so, 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever. I'm just coming really deeply into that part and that peace and that paralysis of the lack of self-forgiveness. Being a Virgo, I seem to beat myself up more than others. I guess that's in my sign. I don't know. I'm not really sure that I really buy into the whole astrology thing because I'm in a place of constant change. And some of my sign fits me and used to fit me, doesn't fit me anymore, or some of it fits me better now than it ever used to. We're all evolving, and our sign is important in some respects. In other respects, maybe we should throw it out the window and learn who we are in this moment without worrying or thinking or being concerned with where the stars were, where we were born, when we were born, where we were on the planet at the moment of birth. Unless, of course, you really celebrate that day in your life, the day you were born, and acknowledge and really take heart to that part of yourself that incarnated, that came into the physical being on a specific day. So coming back to self-forgiveness being, for me in the moment, the focal point of moving forward in my life with joy and happiness, and it's okay, and life is okay, and I'm doing it, and I'm still on the road even though I've come back to my homeland. I'm here on this beautiful river. On Tuesdays, I am blessed to be able to drive around the countryside of Vermont, and I've really seen such beauty and explored my neighborhood, or my backyard, you could say, as a New Englander, from a whole different perspective. And I've seen the winter, I've seen the spring, and now we're working toward summer, even though it's not summer yet. It feels like summer. And as I'm driving around and seeing this beauty and photographing some of Vermont that I really, really love, the wildness of it, the bigness of it, the hills of it, the animals, the people, the houses, Woodstock, Pomfret, White River Junction, all of Vermont actually, I'm realizing how beautiful life can be no matter where you are. And it's those thoughts, that tape that keeps popping up in my head, telling me something bad about myself constantly. I mean, I probably could count them if I wanted to all day long and get to a pretty big number of how often I beat myself up in my head, how often I wish I'd done something different, how often I wish I'd said something different. And to me, that's a big piece of what bereavement and loss is about, is I could have done something better. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I say it this way? Why didn't I say it that way? How could I have done such a thing? Where was I? Where was my head? Was I in my body even when certain things in my life have occurred? I have lost. And I think you have to go through that to really come out the other side, almost through the grieving process of having lost over and over many times, different things, different ways. Always coming back to, why didn't I do this? Or why did I do that? Or why didn't I do this? And I'm coming to the conclusion in my desire for self-forgiveness, you know, coming home here and stopping those tapes in midstream and starting a tape that's positive toward myself. I am seeing and feeling and beginning to know that everything is guided, even the bad things, even the things we consider bad. Because I am not this physical body, you're not that physical body. We are greater vibrational beings, creators, creating our lives, creating this physical reality so that our soul completes something. I don't know exactly what, but so that we become lighter and lighter and lighter toward our soul, awakening ourselves to who we truly are, which is how we heal the planet. I can only help the planet and you and everything that needs help or wants help from me by having all of me. I don't have all of me in this moment. When I have all of me or more of me, 90% of me or whatever, some percentage, some bigger percentage where I can stay in a loving, kind place in relationship more than, you know, all the time would be beautiful, but I know that's very difficult for the human being that is living this physical life and really being a spiritual being, that little thing that we all say. I can't do that until I have more of me. And that is a journey I challenge you to connect with in your own way, and looking at your life and how you live your life, how you had those tapes going on. What are those tapes doing or saying or being for you? It is my belief, my understanding after 66 years on the planet and walking this walk that I'm walking on now, it is my understanding, my teaching, my learning from the universe, from God, however you want to say it, goddess, creator, source. It is my understanding that only we can create our lives. Only we can do the best job we can do with our lives. That person out there, the MD, the psychologist, the healer, the other, any other, when we put our energy outside of ourselves, we are deserting ourselves. We are betraying ourselves. We are letting go of our power, giving it away. It's time for us to become powerful beings on this earth, in this physical body now, by coming back to ourselves, learning who we are, and make that your priority. Yes, your priority has to be you. Who else will it be? The doctor? No, their priority is not you. That you are part of their practice and their desires to help people perhaps, but you are your best healer. Each human being on this planet is here to help themselves. If you watch the movie The Moses Code, I believe it was directed and created by James Twyman, Neil Donald Walsh is interviewed in that movie as saying, and Neil Donald Walsh, of course, is the person who wrote the book series Conversations with God. He states in that movie that we are truly here in this physical plane, in this earth plane, to take care of ourselves, to heal this part of this me, this I am, so that I can live in the light and help others to do the same thing. And that will rise up. That will rise up the energies of the earth, the energies of the universe. It will rise everything up closer to the light, into the dimensions that we know we're all headed toward. We can all feel this chaotic change all the time. Come back to yourself, love yourself, see what makes you tick. And in that regard, love your water. Until next time, Janie King on my water blessing walk, continuing my life in that direction, asking you to consider what was said here and love your water.